Hey everyone, this is Reality Josiah, and I need to talk to someone about this episode. I don't have enough Big Brother friends in my life. So feel free to like, comment, let me know what you think about this episode and how you think the rest of the week is going to go. But holy crap, that episode was insanely beautiful. The redemption arc was great for Taylor. I think the way production presented the entire situation was pretty great. There's always things you can do better, but I am happy with the way it worked out. But we'll rewind just a little bit. So we start off with Nicole boo-hooing in her bed, running through the house. Everyone's like, "Oh my God, what's wrong, Nicole?" And Daniel runs in there. They start talking crap. Meanwhile, the whole house is just kind of like mourning the potential news of what might have happened to Nicole's mom or what's going on. Taylor even asked Monty to pray for Nicole's mom since she's not religious. Like, if you don't watch the feeds, like, we are able to watch them pretty much 24/7, and Taylor has done nothing wrong to these people. She's quite literally a saint of a human being. And while she's doing all of this, Nicole and Daniel are talking about how much of a shitty person she is, how bad she is, how awful she is, and you can't, and it's literally happening at the exact same time. And you're just like, what is wrong with these people? Like, they have to be sick. Like, something must be wrong with them. Anyway, Daniel leaves the room, and then you start to get some of the other people coming in to comfort Nicole. Amira's in there. Someone else is in there. I think Jasmine comes in there. And then you get Taylor. And Taylor pretty much explains, like, hey, don't worry about me. Worry about you and what's going on. Like, if you need to tap out, if you need to go home, whatever. Like, do not worry about me. Which is pretty much just a nice thing people say if someone might be considering, like, hey, if you self-evict or you have to do something, like, don't worry about how that affects me in my game. Like, focus on you. Super just nice, basic comment. Niceness just isn't enough for Taylor in regards to how the house gets viewer. Nicole then fumes, like gets very pissed off, goes and talks crap about her to everybody, saying, "Oh yeah, she just wanted me out. Like, she's just telling me I should go quit." Which I really don't understand how your mind goes from that conversation to her being super sincere in regards to how she feels in regards to you. And then she goes on to tell this to Daniel, Amir, and all this stuff. And the rest of the house guests are just like, "Oh my God, I can't believe she did that." When Amir was there in the back room, and she knows that Taylor didn't really do anything wrong here, that it was a totally fine thing to say, but Amir just keeps feeding into it. Daniel's like, "I'm done talking to her for the rest of the season. I'm not gonna say another word to her." And you're just like, what? Like, you weren't even there. Anyway, I guess you can look at it as like Daniel's trying to be a supportive friend. Okay, be a supportive friend. Next thing you know, Taylor comes in with a big bag of chips, Lay's, living her life, being great. And Nicole's like, "Hey, eating before you work out?" Which, first things first, is like a really crappy thing to say to someone. Like, yeah, you guys have a competition. Taylor's in phenomenal shape. I think it's okay if she eats some chips before she does this competition. Like, we haven't seen any evidence of her not performing well. She definitely outperformed you in that second HOH comp. So really, calm down, Nicole. You are not this comp beast that you keep trying to pretend like you are. And Daniel just calls her out. He starts tearing her a new one, telling her how much of an awful person she was. I don't think I've ever felt so disgusted. Like, my skin was crawling watching this scene. I was just like, you are an awful human being, Daniel. He then leaves and goes to the living room, and Taylor tells everyone, "I thought he was joking. Like, what's going on here? Why is he so upset?" And then people are just like, "Pretty silent, pretty mom. He wasn't joking." And then she asked Nicole, like, "Hey, like, what's going on?" And she's like, "You need to talk to him about that." Nicole was also complaining about Taylor being passive-aggressive. Taylor's never been passive-aggressive about anything because she's had no reason to be aggressive towards Nicole because she doesn't know all the crap that she says about her behind her back. But that statement within itself was pretty passive aggressive. When you're the one who's upset and you're just passively making comments, shady. She then goes and talks to Daniel, and Daniel's like, just leave me alone. I told you not to talk to me. I'm just like, what is going on here? He continues to berate Taylor, tells her that she's the reason why Paloma went home, talking about focusing on mental health and all of this. And it's just like, these people are sick. He even mentions, hey, all of America's watching. And it's just like, you do know America's watching. They've created this delusion where somehow she's the villain of doing these awful things. And I would love to know one thing that Taylor's done that's so bad that she deserves this treatment. I'm sure people can do some shady things every now and then. I know she might have made a statement that might have offended you. She's done nothing that should have resulted in regards to this behavior. And the entire house just sits and watches. And now, what I love about Big Brother is that you can see how the outside world treats people. I know sometimes people get mad at the show and they say just have really bad casting, but people do this in real life. Like, you see people getting mistreated and you try to move along and pretend like you never saw it. So it sucks, and you hate to see it, and you want people to be more supportive. You wish there were more heroes in the house, like somebody to come step up and help this girl. But no. Fast forward, we move to more of the positive going into the week, and Michael and Brittany win veto. Yay, that's expected. Jasmine passes out. That's, I hope she's okay. I hope. I'm not going to comment on that. But from there, we see the creation of something awesome. People start to see that Taylor's being mistreated. You have Joseph, Turner, Monty, Kyle, Brittany, Michael, all kind of like separately start to have smaller conversations here and there talking about how it was wrong and how that wasn't really the way it should have gone down. And even Amir mentions to Daniel during that conversation, like, hey, I heard the conversation, it really wasn't as bad as Nicole's trying to make it sound. And Daniel's like, it doesn't even matter anymore. And he's right, because you waited to the end of the argument, so it really doesn't matter anymore. Anyway, we get Turner, Michael, Kyle, Joseph, Michael, Brittany, and Taylor. They form the leftovers, telling Taylor that she will be safe this week. She's not going on the block. She has nothing to worry about this week. Her first week of peace in a long time. And honestly, I wouldn't even say it's her first full week of peace, because everyone in the house has known she's probably going to get backdoored this week. So, I think that's part of Big Brother. Like, you're always at risk, but man, this girl's been fighting for her life since day one, and it is not pretty. Anyway, it's just a great redemption story. Love to see Taylor kind of coming up. Hope this alliance can kind of power through for a few weeks. I don't think it's the best for Taylor and Michael's game to keep this crew going till Final 7, but hopefully they can make it work for them. Let me know what you guys think. I would love to kind of get your reactions to this, so comment, let me know some thoughts, and hopefully we get a good episode tomorrow. I've made some tier list videos as well, just on my thoughts on how everyone's ranking, and I do those at the end of the week on every Thursday after the eviction. So yeah, let me know, and I look forward to seeing how the rest of the season pans out.